Hey guys, and welcome back to Coding Club. So, today I want you guys, I know last week we talked about robots and the games that the people who create the robots have to play. So I hope you guys got a little bit of inspiration from that, and that you can look at the robot game and see, oh, they have this much time to do this, and then they have this challenge to complete. And then in the final bit, they have to do this. And this is the only time when they can do it. So, that was the intention for you guys to get out of that. I know that Tyrone, a robot, did not run very well last week. Or at all. And sorry about that, but I hope you guys still got the message there. So this time, I want you guys to think about what you learned with that last week. And apply it to your game. Apply the different levels, the different time periods that you have for each different thing that you can do. If there's like a special thing that pops up like every so often, or if it's like something related to like Mario where you can go click a box and then it does like gives you a random special power or something like that. I want you guys to make your game special. I want you to make it yours, and I want you guys to have fun with it, because that's what this is all about. So last week we talked a little bit about the scores, but I'm going to go over that a little bit more today. So if you go into data, you can make a variable. So I can also make a variable called lives. And so if I make my variable called lives, then say I start out, I go here and I say set lives to 3, so I have 3 lives, then I can, if I want to say like create another sprite, so maybe this one can be a dog, and we can have the dog chase the cat that's chasing the mouse. Give it a minute to actually load here. And we're going to go with this dog. But, so add something else into your game like that. And then I can go into my settings and say that, so when this is clicked, we're going to keep forever. And we're going to make the dog glide, or, yeah, I'm going to say glide, and then I'm going to say point and direction, and then I'm going to get random number from 1 to 360. And then we're going to say we can move forward. And then we're going to pick a random number from 1 to 100. Okay. And then we're also going to put a wait block in here. So we're going to say wait 0.25 seconds. And then he's just going to move. And this is going to go on forever. So then we can go back to the cat and say, actually going to pull set lives out of here. Say events. When this is clicked, set lives to the. I'm not going to go 3, I'm going to go 9. And then we're going to say if sensing the cat is touching the dog, then we're going to go over here and say, up to data, and say change lives by -4. And then when this switches the backdrop, we're going to set lives back to 9. And then we're also going to go in here and say if we're going to go to data, so we're going to go to the operators. If lives equals 0, then we're going to display a special backdrop that's a losing screen. Switch backdrop to, and then we'll probably make it backdrop 4. So I'm going to have to go create a new backdrop. Actually, I'm going to call this one Lost, and we're going to go black gradient on this one, black and white. No, just want one. I'm going to pop up with the text. I'm going to say you lose and just make this bigger. Okay, so then if I go back here and click on my cat, and I say run, I got 1 point there, I got 1 point there. The dog's going a little bit haywire right now. But as you guys can see, when I'm touching this and then I'm adding a score up there, so then I can move on. Does that make sense? If so, awesome. But yeah. So I hope you guys learned a little bit from this, and that you can apply this to some of your games. But I think it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait for you guys to be ready with this. And if you guys are close to being done with your games, then I completely understand. But I think there's something that all of you guys can do to improve it at least a little bit. Make it more unique and make it you. Make it your own. Okay? And I just realized that I didn't have a repeat block on this, so it wasn't checking multiple times to see if I was touching the dog. So we're going to start this over. And as you guys can see, I touched the dog 3 times apparently, but it displayed the you win screen. So I've got a little bit more. Debugging to do on this one. And if you guys are curious about debugging and why that's an actual word, then I'm going to give you an answer. So debugging actually means it came originally from those big supercomputers that used to take up an entire room. So I'll pull up a picture for you guys. Well, they used to use punch cards. And one day, one of the supercomputers wasn't working like it was supposed to. We're gonna go old supercomputer. So like this. You see what this is kind of one of those big computers that took up an entire room. So they opened it up to figure out what was wrong with it, and a moth flew out from inside the computer. They ran it after that and it worked perfectly fine. So that's where the term debugging comes from. So it's finding all the crazy problems that you wouldn't expect in your code. You guys learned a little bit more today, and I hope you can apply what we talked about with this to your game. As you guys can see, I'm now losing lives from touching the dog and gaining points for my score after touching the mouse. I have a little bit of work to do on my dog, but I think you guys have a good shot at this, and hopefully we can get something really awesome that you guys can have by the end of your time here. Oh, see, I lost. Okay. Have fun and keep programming.